You got
with wrestling, I know that you had some legendary wrestlers that you've had matches with, I think commentated
yes.
for, been other things. Who was your favorite, and who was the worst that kind of lived up to the hype about them? Because I know there's a few that are not easiest to work with in the industry.
Well, I'm working with, me and Carlito were just talking about this the other day when we were watching wrestling. He turned on something on YouTube, and it was Terry Funk versus Dusty Rhodes in Japan. And they were beating the fuck out of each other. And, it was one of them surreal moments where I was like, I wrestled both of those guys. I fucking was in the ring with both of those guys. And working and wrestling with Dusty Rhodes was an honor. And Dusty was one of the most easy guys to work with. One of the most difficult ones in the beginning, let me stress this, in the beginning was Abdullah the Butcher. Abdullah the Butcher didn't understand that I was a trained wrestler who had respect for wrestling. He just thought we were people that had money and we could bring him in and he'd do whatever we say, and that wasn't the case at all. And so after we had a series of matches, he started showing me respect and started, me and him, our matches became more competitive than just the Rude Boy slaughter that was happening from beginning to end, So I'm proud of that, some of the people that I don't know. I didn't like working with Chris Masters and Bobby Lashley. They were really trying to take liberties on me in this battle royal we had at the Gathering, and they hated it because I was more over than they were. And I tried to explain to them that, look, in this world I am. In this world you guys are nothing, but in your world I'm nothing. And so anyways, we're in this battle royal, and both of those guys started fucking me up for real. And Carlito, not my son, but Carlito from WWE, he came and saved me. He pushed me in the corner, and he was like, just stay behind me. I was like, what the fuck? And, those dudes are big dudes, man. They was laying it in, man. They were laying it in. But, they were difficult to work with. Of course, Corporal Robinson, we never got to finish our feud. We had a nice build-up to it. But, his demons got to him, and I thought we were going to have something really cool, but it didn't turn out. And that didn't work out. But some of the great ones were Necro Butcher, man, and Madman Pondo. I could do a match with Madman Pondo today, and you would think we murdered each other, and we both walk away feeling like we did when we first stepped in the ring. Because we know how to work together. You got to have a good dance partner in wrestling, and when it gels. It just feels good. It works out nice. Now, earlier in my career, I wrestled Christian and Edge here in Detroit in a tag team, and we didn't gel. It was the worst match ever. When I see those dudes, and I've seen Christian not too long ago, and we just look at each other and start laughing, and he's like, Rudy, man, God, we had the worst match ever. Of course we did, because you were doing all that technical shit, and I was fucking trying to cut you. So matches like that suck, but, there's, I can't say that there's too many people that I find difficult that, I couldn't work with, I thought Sabu was going to be that way, but me and Sabu, we became really, really close and tight. And I'm really tight with him. He's my brother, and I love him, and I worry about him. I really do. You know, he's one of those guys that, you know, he takes his body to the next level, and he doesn't need to do that, man. He's a fucking legend. He's a god in wrestling, man, and he still continues to this day with 2 fake hips, doing all that crazy shit. And I explained to him at the gathering last year, Sabu, man, they just want to see you, man. They don't want to see you kill yourself, man. And but Sandman was a wreck to work with, but you know, yeah, he was a wreck to work with, but that was only because he was getting high and shit. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I don't babysit grown men.
You want to know something that I just now thought about while we're sitting here talking about or you were talking about the Japanese wrestling. I the stuff was like super extreme. I mean, like with the wrestling, like the first time that I saw the Japanese wrestling was, the first Stranglemania video, and I didn't know that was Japanese wrestling. But after I found out about it, I started looking more into it. I was like, this shit is cold. So I was like, holy shit, this barbed wire exploding shit. I was like, holy fucking shit, they don't do that in America. What is it like? I wasn't exclusively watching Japanese stuff after that, but I was like, wow, this seems kind of weak compared to the Japanese wrestling, you know. But like, if you
but the problem with that, with the hardcore Japanese style, was it only lasted a minute because it wasn't for the masses. And I had Terry Funk, me and him, we were having lunch one time, and I was telling him, you know, hey man, I really want to, you know, do more with the deathmatch stuff and everything. And he was like, son, that shit is going to play itself out quicker than you can fucking blink your eyes, and you're going to lose a lot of money on it. And I was like, you think so? And he was the guy who was doing it. And he was like, man, it's like a novelty. It's not going to be able to last forever. First off, because how much do you take it to the extreme? Does someone have to die for it to be the ultimate? Because now you're going through broken glass, you're going through barbed wire, you're going through this and that, and then you're doing these shredded glass matches and stuff like that. When does it go to that next level and someone dies? And he made a lot of sense. And you know, I was young. I was like, man, whatever. You don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But he did. Because there are wrestling promotions today in the world, right here in Michigan, that fucking do those deathmatch shows, and they fucking draw 20 people, man. They draw 20 fucking people. And, you know, I'm not dogging death matches, because I did enough of them in my day, but I'm also a businessman, you know, and I like to make sure that I could stay in business, because if you draw 20 people doing anything, I don't think you're going to be around for very long.
All right.
So I know you mentioned Necro Butcher, and he's from.
Yes.
He was living not too far from me, so a couple of the little house shows that were around here, me and my friends would go, and then we'd like go have dinner with him and a couple of the other wrestlers, because the referee for JCW for years is from, I don't know, across the river from me. I forget his name. I haven't talked to him in 4 or 5 years. He was bald-headed, skinny. He's from West Virginia, or Ohio. Like, he always said he was from Ohio. But you know, I live Ohio, West Virginia, PA border, and it was him just across the river. And I got offered to go up to Hallowicked, Gathering and stuff, to ride with him and Necro Butcher, and it just never happened. I wish I would have had a couple of rides just to bullshit with those guys, because a couple times. You know, Necro
Butcher's going through a lot right now, you know, and we were supposed to do a fundraiser for him last week in West Virginia. I was actually going to come out of retirement and wrestle, because Necro Butcher is a brother of mine. He's a dear friend. He's someone who made me look like $1 million whenever we worked together. And on top of that, he was my drinking buddy. Him and I, we would drink till the fucking, everyone else was passed out but him and I. He was my buddy and I love him. And he went a little crazy lately with this Donald Trump shit. But nevertheless, I want everyone to keep Necro Butcher in your prayers, because he's going through a lot. And, I'm just, I just reminisce and I think about all the memories of the times we had together, because, like with everything, great things don't last forever. And, he's a great guy. He really is. And, I can't speak for anyone else. I can't speak for anyone else other than myself, that he's never burned me and never fucked me over. He's always been a great, classy person with me, and I love him.
Oh, I thought he was a cool dude, man. Like I said, I've had dinner a couple times with him, and he's always been a riot. He always got a story, always trying to make everybody laugh, kind of like the life of the party,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sad to hear that he's not having it too great. He said I haven't talked to him in 2 years now, 3 years.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. They honored him a couple months ago in ECW Arena, and he's down to 100 pounds, man.
Oh wow,
true story. You can look it up on YouTube. It's pretty sad.
Might have to hit him up and see how he's doing.
You should do that, man. You should do that.
Because we weren't able to ask it last time because we kind of ran long with that. But I think because I talked to a few people about this is coming from some fans. They wanted a Juggalo Day recap. Is there any gathering speculation? And by the way, what do you think about, the Corona thing, especially since, in the news it said it might go through July, August, and then
I don't think it's going to affect the gathering at all, to be honest with you. As crazy as this president is, who's talking about lifting the ban on fucking Easter, this guy is in a frenzy to get the world going again. He's in a frenzy because he only cares about money. He doesn't care about fucking human lives. And unfortunately, that's the world we're going to live in, man. And I mean that. I think that's what's going to happen, man. He's just going to be like, fuck it. And whoever dies, dies. And that's the sad part. And that's why I don't think that this virus is going to affect the gathering 1%. Other than more people dying.
Right.
And Juggalo Day recap, I didn't go. I didn't go to Juggalo Day this year.
Okay. All right.
Well, no, I didn't go. I was one of the guest speakers at Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Okay. All right. Some ICP songs, and even a few Esham songs, and this was when I ran Down for Life. I went hard on a lot of stuff. There were some things with I thought it was weird that there was an ICP song. I think it was off Beverly Kills, and there were some that were censored. And I know you probably don't know the lyrics. And are you okay with me reciting them? I don't
care.
Okay. All right. And I didn't
write them. I don't care.
No, not that. I don't know if this is actually what's said in it, but
Oh, then I couldn't tell you, man. To be honest, if all those years ago, I can't tell you what they were. To be honest, I wouldn't even lie to you. I wouldn't even hold you up, man.
All right. Well, I just want to say this because there's two things. One of them was it was ICP and Esham. It was on Beverly Kills, I think. It was either Beverly Kills or Carnival Crimes, but I think it was Beverly Kills. Esham goes, I want to catch me some Carnival Thrills, newborn baby heads I drill, but they deleted that whole line in the things, and I don't even know if it's true or not, or know if that was actually what he said. And then the other one was, this one you might be able to answer. On solo riders track, the one Violent J did. I can't remember the name of it, but it came in the Pendulum album. They censored Violent J. The lines are I shot Tupac and Biggie Smalls, put a little AIDS up in Eazy-E draws, and like all that's like a bunch of that's deleted to where you can't understand that's what he's saying. Like,
well, he did say those, yes. I remember that.
Okay, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I thought that.
I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, that was. It's cool, and that he actually said it because it was kind of fucked up. But I don't understand.
I don't know why they switched the lyrics or whatever. But that's true. Yeah, that happened. But listen, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. Yeah, we're almost going on a couple hours, but I gotta get some rest. I'll be in touch with you, John.
All right.
Nice talking to you, Crimson.
All right. Thanks for having us on again to pick your brain, man.
Have a good night, man.
All right.
God bless you both.
Hey,
yes.
Your old school tagline, which I haven't heard you say in a while. Wait, I don't know if you want to do it. Eat a bowl of dicks? Are you okay with that?
No, I don't really like to say that no more. You know?
Okay, that's fine.
I have a new tagline.
Well, okay,
I have a new tagline.
What is it?
And my new tagline is, we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. Be good to one another, take care of one another. That's my tagline, brother.
I learned all my shit since adolescence, nigga. Fuck up with your mans, why you stressing, nigga? I'm not here for drama, here for bands. Count 100 fucking grand, like what you saying, look. I learned all my shit since adolescence, nigga. Fuck up with your mans, why you stressing, nigga? I'm not here for drama, here for bands. Count 100 fucking grand, like what you saying, look.
Money motivated, infatuated with cash, okay, free bitch, I'm chasing the bag. One night in town, then I'm making a dash like Steve Nash, bitch, with the no-look pass. Like, hold up, wait a minute, let me put some iceberg in it. Don't stop, get it. When it comes to the paper, you know that we with it. And we got the cheat code, home field advantage. Where do we go? Home field advantage. Got the Reno, ain't no rapping, I'm calling my amigo.